COVID cases are obviously rapidly rising around the country. Over 1 million cases in one day reported this week. We're now at 700 and 800,000 virtually every day. And Florida, as in previous waves, has not been immune from that. They've been hit incredibly hard. And yet for weeks, DeSantis was gone. Governor Ron DeSantis couldn't be found. And it was not helping him politically. The Democrats there were making a big deal out of it, and yet he would not show his face. So that leads people to wonder why. Why during this horrible pandemic would he suddenly disappear? Well, he is back now. On Wednesday, he gave a speech in Florida to announce nearly $10 million would be awarded to support semiconductor and other tech manufacturing. But here's the thing, as he was doing that, he had to speak. And that apparently was causing a bit of an issue for him. So we're gonna show you a little bit of video. We want you to listen to the governor.
Have expanded our manufacturing footprint in the state of Florida, and we want to continue to be able to do that as we go forward. Semiconductors are a huge issue. If you look at how the supply chain works, we are overly dependent on foreign nations, including Taiwan, which is a good ally of ours, but which is one that, is under really serious pressure from the Communist Party of China. And
so look, many people have noted that he doesn't sound like himself there immediately following a weeks-long disappearance from the media. Anna, what do you make of it?
He sounds like he's sick. He definitely sounds like he's sick. Either that or he's emotional. There's no reason to believe he's emotional. He sounds like he's sick. Yeah. I hope he's taken a COVID test. And I hope that he's forthright in regard to what the result of that test is. He sounds sick.
He definitely sounds sick. Well, look, and you rightly laid out, there are at least two plausible explanations. One is that he's on the tail end of a pernicious respiratory illness. But what is the likelihood of that in Florida? The other is that dude's dog better have just died, because he is about to break out in tears amidst talking about semiconductor grants, which doesn't make any sense unless something really traumatic happened, okay? And if that's the case, then I'll take back what I've said. But that dude sounded like he was either about to start to cry or that he was having difficulty breathing enough to speak about semiconductors. So you do the math. But what we know we're not gonna get is clarification. They're not gonna be honest. He's been better than some Republicans, at least in terms of not saying, hey, vaccines are gonna kill you. But he is not forthright. He's not going to admit that he got sick. And especially if he was gone for weeks as a result of a COVID case, it doesn't seem like it was an especially mild case that he had. Revealing that might help people in Florida. Like, oh my God, this guy that I respect, he got really sick. Maybe I should take this seriously. But to do that and potentially hurt your political standing amongst the Republicans, you'd have to have actual compassion. And Ron DeSantis is notably lacking in that. Any final thoughts, Anna?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. And what's been sobering is just seeing politicians really put their own narcissistic, political ambitions before human lives, prioritizing themselves above all else, even in the middle of a pandemic. It just shows you, the way our politics works. I just think that our system incentivizes the worst people to run for Congress and to run for public office. And we got to go back to thinking of these positions as positions that, serve the public interest. These are supposed to be public servants. Exactly. And what I've seen with these lies and all of the, disgusting politics surrounding the pandemic just really shows you how broken things are.
You're totally right. And perhaps nowhere more so than Florida on a number of these different issues.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.